It was an old motel on the new Route 66. The pizza-faced teenager at the counter was falling asleep. A loud, frantic ringing of the bell woke him up. He looked up to see a frail-looking man who appeared to have been in a bar fight with a little girl who had a look of fear on her face. "The sign's right," the man said. "It's the cheapest rooms in the state." "Yeah, man," the teenager said. "What's your business?" "Me and my daughter need a place to stay." "All right, then," the teenager said as he handed the keys. The father and daughter headed to their room. Inside was a small one-bedroom that seemed not to have been cleaned since the last guest. The father, named Tom, cleaned up the room while his daughter, Lily, was taking a bath. After the day turned to night and the room was more or less clean, the two of them sat on the edge of the bed, watching TV. "Daddy, I'm hungry," Lily said. Tom got up, pulled the curtains back from the window, and looked out. The lights of the town were all out except for two vending machines next to the motel. "All right, dear. I'll be back. Don't let anyone in," he said, grabbing a bag and heading out. The night was dark as he headed to the lights of the machines. He smiled as the words on one of them popped up: "Canned soup." He bought some, enough to last the next week. He turned to the other one, which was soft drinks. He looked down on his money. It wasn't much. He looked back at the room where his daughter was. She had been through too much for her age. He got a soda treat for her and headed back to the room. Something was walking around in the darkness. Tom picked up the speed as the footsteps got louder. He got to the door, quickly pulling out the key from his pocket, his trembling hands dropping it. He got down to pick it up and saw her. She was on the other side of the street, the lights barely illuminating her outline. The only thing that was clear was the knife in her hands. She was running towards him. He picked up the key as she got closer. The key went into the slot when she was in the parking lot. Tim unlocked the door and rushed inside. Lily turned to him as he shut the door and locked it behind him. A loud bang shook the door. "Daddy, is Mommy here?" Lily said, her eyes widened. Tim nodded. The door shook again. "Come on, Tim," the woman on the other side of the door said. I just want to talk to you." Tim leaned against the door, turning to Lily, and put a finger over his mouth. "I know you're in there, Timmy," Mummy said. "I want her back." Lily stood behind Tim, hugging his leg, crying. They heard the knife whacking at the door. "Why did you take her from me?" You hurt her. You hurt me." "I only hurt when you have done wrong. If you get cut, it's your fault. Why can't you just do what you're told? Why do you have to make everything so difficult?" She she's a child. You treat her like a vacuum. She she learned. She needs to learn, Timmy. You're just overreacting. No, you're a manipulator. You driven me away from my friends and convinced me it was for my own good. You ruined my life. You told me it was my fault. It wasn't until Lily that I saw you for the monster you are. You may have destroyed my life, but I won't let you destroy hers. The sound of the knife stopped. Silence. Tim hugged Lily. Is Mommy gone? Lily said. The window shattered. Glass was scattered all across the room. Mommy jumped through the shattered window. She lunged at him. Tim struggled to hold back the knife. I gave you a job for my brother. I gave you life. I gave you everything. And this is what you do. You can't repay me back. You're a weak, pathetic excuse for a man. The knife started to cut his skin. He turned to see Lily hugging herself and crying. Adrenaline pumped through his veins as he grabbed the bag of soup and hit her with it. She stumbled back, but he didn't stop. He kept hitting her and hitting her. Blood dripped out of her head, but he did not stop. The cans broke and poured soup all over her, but he didn't stop. Finally, he stopped. Long past when she was dead. He dropped the bag. All the cans were broken, but weirdly enough, the glass soda bottle was still intact. He grabbed it and handed it to Lily. He gave her a bear hug. Is Mommy gone? Lily asked. Yes, sweetie. Yes. She's gone. The two of them stayed like that for a while. Red and blue lights filled the room, but they were still hugging. Two cops came in and dragged Tim away. Daddy! Lily cried as Tim was run in the back of a police car. He should have been sad, but he was happy. He smiled and waved to Lily. He knew like something. This would happen. This was the way it was going to end. But it didn't matter. All that mattered was that at least she was safe.